Hi guys, welcome to topic 1.5 Project Charter. So, what is a project charter? Project charter is a formal document which has a buy in from all the key stakeholders. By definition, it's a statement of scope, objectives, and people who are participating. When we mean scope, we are talking about the list of deliverables. Objectives are basically the outcomes, what is expected out of the activities that are performed on the project. And people who are participating would be the sponsor, the key stakeholders, the project manager, the project team, everyone who has some interest with the project. Project charter is also termed as a reference document, a document which is referred on a very regular basis and which lives through the life cycle of the project. It helps resolve any possible conflicts on the project. Let's look at an overview of certain main points to draft the project charter. It should answer the question about the essence of the project. Why is the project into existence? What is the purpose of the project? It should also answer what are the goals and objectives. Goal is the final outcome of the project. Objectives, on the other hand, are the list of outcomes. Plan to achieve the goal. Basically, there should be a plan of action to achieve or fulfill these objectives in order to achieve the final goal. Provide a shared understanding. The charter should communicate its values and the reason for its existence to every person who's a part of it, from the team to the project manager to the stakeholders, sponsors, etc. It also acts as a contract. It's a contract between the project sponsor, the key stakeholder, the project teams, by noting the responsibilities of each party. This gives you an overview. Now let's see how we can document a charter. The basic purpose of the charter is to establish one, the authority assigned to the project manager. Project manager is the key player of any project. He is the one who is responsible for the team and for the deliverables. It's very important to understand the authority that has been assigned to the project manager. Reason for undertaking the project. Basically, everyone should know why they are doing what they are doing. Objectives and constraints. Objectives are the outcomes and constraints are the limitations of the project. So it's very important that we should know the clear, or rather have a clarity on the constraints or the limitations so that we can know how to deal with them. Who are the main stakeholders? Main stakeholders are the people to whom the project team reports to, the one who will pay their bills. We should very clearly have a detail on who these stakeholders are. In scope and out of scope. As the term specifies, we should be very clear on what is in scope and what is out of scope, so that we don't end up doing activities which are not in our scope or authority. Potential risks. List down risks that can arise so that you are not taken by surprise. This is followed by a risk register and risk management plan. Project benefits. List down the benefits of the project. It's a good way to sell the project to the sponsors and the key stakeholders. Project costs. It's very important to have a budget of the project ready so that everybody knows how much is it going to cost them in order to put in their efforts. Let's look at what the uses of a project charter are. Project charter is the first pass and comes before everything else. You need it to authorize your project. It's a formal document that is required to give you approval that you can now start the works on the project. It serves as a primary sales document. Basically, the project charter has the objectives, the constraints, the scope, the risk, the benefits, and the cost. So it's an excellent document that can help you to sell the concept to the key stakeholders that need to invest or have any interest with the project. This document stays with you throughout the life cycle, whether in meetings or whether you need any assistance in any scope management. This is like a roadmap. Follow these 4 steps to form the project charter after you have documented those details. Let's see what these 4 steps are. First is the vision. List down the objectives. List down the outcomes that are expected from this project. Also, you should list down the scope. Scope very clearly identifies what you need to do and what you need not to do. List down the deliverables, something that has to be delivered in order for the success of the project. I need to organize few things. You need to organize the list of customers and the end users who are finally going to benefit out of this project once it is ready. Who are the key stakeholders who are going to get involved from the beginning of the project in order to make this project successful? It could be the sponsor, it could be the other key stakeholders, it could be project team, the project manager. Everyone should be listed down. Their roles and responsibilities should be very clearly defined. And it should also give you a structure. Structure basically will tell you who reports to whom based on their roles and responsibilities. Implementation. If you are going to implement, then you need an implementation plan. This will help develop confidence for your customers and stakeholders by listing the phases, activities, and time frame of the project lifecycle. You can use a Gantt chart for this purpose. The Gantt chart will also list down the milestones. Having milestones is an important way to acknowledge the completion of the key deliverables. Dependencies. Tasks or activities linked with each other. That's what we mean by dependencies. Resource plan. Basically, you need to break this down into manpower, material, and equipment. So we have a complete list of all possible resources required for the project. Last but not the least is the risks, issues, and budget. You need to list down all possible assumptions of risk and issues that can arise and constraints that can sort of hold you back or delay for any reason. Risk we term is something as a future tense because it is a potential element that may or may not happen. Issue, on the other hand, is something that has already occurred in a project and we take a reference from the same. Head to sketch cost. Once you have everything listed down, right from the objectives to the issues, you can put certain values against them to help you come with a budgeted cost. Once this kind of a project charter is drafted and it is approved, the work can begin. This brings us to the end of topic 1.5. Thank you.